Hello, I'm Ben, aka Knight of the Blackwater. This is my inaugural video for my new YouTube channel. Before I commentate on the game, I thought I'd give you a little bit of background about myself. I have been quite new into car games. I've been playing Netrunner now for about 8 months or so, and I picked up Game of Thrones just a bit before Christmas. This channel will be a mix of the two systems, possibly with some other bits thrown in. In Game of Thrones, I mostly play Greyjoy Martell with a sort of mix around the third deck. I'm hoping to start recording some games from my games nights I've been having at the moment down the local club, and there you'll probably see sort of live streaming once I get my head around the technology. I recently won a local store championship with Martell Fealty, and I've done fairly well and get Netrunner coming fourth in another local store championship. I'm hoping this will also be useful for everyone. I'm saying I'm not up to like the world championships standards that some podcasts and things have been having, but I'm hoping for newer players who might be progressing as I do, you'll learn a few things maybe, I don't know, or hopefully you'll just enjoy it. I was hoping that my first videos would be a Netrunner store championship that I went to recently, but unfortunately it didn't work. The camera failed me, but I learnt a lot from it. I probably should just comment here that I made a bit of a rookie error in this video. I tried putting the Silo hand on Blackwind's crew. So you see, I make a few rookie mistakes occasionally. Slightly embarrassing for the first video on the on the stream, but hey ho. I hopefully soon, or this weekend actually coming up, I'm going to a games night kit for the, if we have it then, spring kit, but otherwise they've got a leftover winter kit which will be at Stabcon South in Southampton, and I'll be talking to the guys there. I'm going to be recording there. We also have a Netrunner store championship coming up, so I've hopefully got lots of exciting content, and as I said, once I get my head around the technology, I will be live streaming events definitely where I can, and some game nights. I've got 2 regionals to go to soon for Netrunner, so for Game of Thrones. They will be on here. But anyway, I'm going to commentate on the game. I won't always be commentating on games because of just a time factor, but where I can I will, because I think it adds a lot, and I've learnt a lot from other YouTubers like Rob's Gaming Room and Throne Runner, where they commentate on the games, so kind of taking a bit of inspiration from them, if I'm honest. So where are we here? So I'm using my, it's kind of based on Throne Runner's Greyjoy Fealty deck, and I've just called summons. Let's play this game a little while ago. This is just before No Middle Ground came out, so I think this is so we say we haven't got to worry about first snow of winter. Yeah, get myself Balon. See, quite a staple of the deck really. So going there. Oh, Balon and Euron, and the Sea Zone chair. Another of the scouting ships. Yeah, I think that's you could not be happy with that start really. So I'm trying to remember which one I went for. Now that actually I do remember. This really screwed up my maths. The meagre contributions, and I think I just about had enough to get. I think this is where I went for. I think I ended up going for Balon rather than Euron because I just couldn't afford it, or I might have. Actually, no, I think I went for Euron. Actually, rather than talking, let's find out. I think I'm just having a little think. Oh, no, actually, yes, this really messed me up. I ended up holding on to both of them. And actually, now I do remember. And so, yeah, just kind of sitting on it for a turn. 2 put to the swords as well. That and a hand's judgment. I could not have been. Don't think I had much better setup really once done the summons. Obviously, having no characters in my hand before the summons, or only having one character in my hand before the summons, was a bit of a pain. So just while I wait for the end of marshalling here. So obviously with my playstyles, I see my favourite two factions is Greyjoy and Martell. I kind of like doing that in a lot of other game systems. I'm quite big into Flames of War. I actually run a Flames of War website and podcast. Maybe if you might have heard of Breakthrough Assault. If you're into Flames of War, please check it out. And I like going for sort of the opposites. So in playstyle, so obviously playing Greyjoy, it's a very rushy deck. I love stealth. I love getting all the challenges. Whereas Martell's obviously more control, more kind of slower pace. They both tend to have a rush to win at the end. Quite big on the whole Red Viper into Doran's game strategy to win. And of course, Benjen Stark, not a Greyjoy player's best friend. But obviously, no range out yet, but other than Benjen. But then obviously Arya's also got stealth, so stealth shouldn't be too much of a factor in here. And in fact, if I remember correctly, I don't think it was too much of a factor for quite a while. Yeah. Now, I'd rather also record with cards than on Octagon. I'm not actually a massive fan of Octagon. I found it a bit clunky, and I don't think I'm the only one in that. But at the same time, where the meta is at the moment in my local area, we're not getting that many games nights in, so it has been a good way of learning as much as possible from playing players around the world. Players I wouldn't normally get a chance to play against. And probably we're quite a new meta. It's got to be said, probably slightly higher standard than sometimes what we get in the local shop. When we are getting there, I do think we are getting a lot better. But these things take time. We have no first edition players in Bournemouth. We're doing an intrigue challenge here. I think more than anything, that's just to protect my own hand. Remember correctly? I'm probably not actually, because I'm leaving the reducer standing. Looking back, I'm not 100% sure why I did that. I did play this game, I think about 3 weeks ago, and bit hazy. Am I? Maybe near out the scout ships. Maybe to. No, probably not. I think I'll just call it done. But yeah, obviously, got any advice or comments or as future videos come out, anything you want to see, please let me know. I'm anything I could do better, anything you'd dislike, just any comments, more than welcome below. So yeah, I did leave myself over for the intrigue on the way back. I'm not 100% sure why I did that. Maybe because I figured I couldn't win if we did both anyway. Lost a Risen from the Sea, not great. But then, not as bad, because obviously Night's Watch decks do tend to be quite defensive in nature. So, probably maybe not going to lose the characters that much, especially once Euron and Balon hit the table. They should be hitting it up fairly well. So, pretty sure this way I use my scout ships. Again, it's giving me sometimes. Yeah, use use one of the scout ships just to get us to win the challenge. Quite a slow start here, really, actually, for my Greyjoy. It's a lot slower than would normally be. And I think, I left one. Yeah, then I got the other one standing. So we did try and do a power challenge. Although, in theory, I don't think he would, but obviously I could kneel out and win. Not that he's got any power to actually win. That's actually a dumb thing to say. Ignore that. So yeah, I think I might do. Let's go unopposed. Win Dom. I think I do. Yes. yeah, and this is also one of the things you notice. Sometimes I try using the quick keys, but it doesn't always work for me, unfortunately. So now, do I go for calling the banners a noble cause here? I think I might go for calling the banners, because it's actually worth more gold right now. Probably try and hope I hit a Rose Road or something, or another reducer. Try and get both out, or at least going to get one of them out this turn. One of the two big characters. Although I would say that the Euron obviously can be brilliant for getting the econ in, and I actually think I'd do a Euron here first, just for the just to try and get that King's Road he used earlier. So Euron obviously fantastic for for just getting that economy in once they start using King's Road, or sometimes actually denying people using King's Road. I've had a few opponents just refuse to use, well, not necessarily refuse, but they're reluctant to use the King's Road because they don't want to give it to Euron, but will give it to me basically pretty much every turn after that. So yeah, once you've got Euron and Balon do a lot of work, I do actually find really Asher and Theon seem to be what get me the most power over the course of most games. That could just be because Balon and Euron end up being milk bait, but we'll see. So yeah, I think just checking his hand size there. Just wanted to. Something I just like to see visually, because I'm probably actually quite a visual person, and just having that visual reminder, which you don't get so much on Octagon as you do playing face to face. So I think we're just deciding who's going first here. So you have to forgive me if I can't. So I've had a few editing issues there. So if I repeat myself, I do apologise now. Yeah, I'm watching this on a quite small screen, unfortunately, from the editing program I'm using. So I can't quite see the text too well. Yeah. So he puts Euron. This guy winds me up, but obviously only getting reduced, so it's not the end of the world. So. And yeah, so I'll see. Not so much gold there now for. I was hoping to get maybe a top decker King's Road or what's it? Is it the Sea Tower? Where is the reducing location? And unfortunately, I didn't. So I'm pretty sure now I'm going to put Balon out, I want to say, or it might be Euron actually, to try and get this King's Road he used earlier off him. Wolfswood, it's annoying, but it's not the Wolfswood. Also the event, and obviously I didn't. Yeah, pup. I can't remember if I saw any other. Excuse there. The anti-vibration technology on my laptop is quite annoying at times. I can't quite remember if he had any other direwolves that he got out. If that's any direwolves got, I'm not sure that's over the best event to be having personally, but hey ho. I should also say quickly, other future plans I've got is I've signed up to join on to the next Octagon League, so when that starts I'll be putting games on from there. I've got quite an active schedule now for Thrones, so I did go for Euron. For Thrones and for Netrunner, hoping to get a lot of videos out and just add to the community. Really, it's I've been really impressed with the Thrones community and the Netrunner community. How many people are putting videos on now? And I've got to admit, this is really new technology for me. I'm kind of getting used to it, but yeah, I'm hoping that this is something I can be. It's not beyond my means. I've quickly picked up. The editing software was really easy once I watched a couple of tutorials, And it's just nice that you have so many people contributing. I know the joke at the moment is there's more people contributing to Thrones than there are actually playing it, which I mean, yes, it does seem like another lot of content, and you know, you might be having this great another guy joining in, but no, I think it's great. You know, the more there is to watch, the more exposure the game gets, the more players they're going to get. I don't think I would have got so into the game if it hadn't been for some of these channels. You know, I really had to think hard because I'd already spent a lot of money getting into Netrunner. Because me being me, I had to get absolutely everything. So then having the option to so watching the videos made up my mind, and obviously I didn't actually want to be paying quite so much money to play to start again. If I started to get into Thrones, like a year or so in after all those packs, buying all the Netrunner packs was pricey. So just quickly, I mean, I was worried with the Direwolf. I don't know. I couldn't remember how much the plot cost. Was it Wet Mist, whatever it is, the one where the direwolf kneels and kills a character with intrigue. I normally use Euron to go after intrigue or power. Don't tend to use them too much in military because that's more Balon's role and Theon's. And I was worried about getting, you know, my getting Euron killed with that, which would have been frustrating, having lost the Risen earlier last turn. So I let that go on, but once he nailed it, I couldn't remember if it was 1 gold or no gold, so let that go unopposed, and now I'm fairly happy. Again, yeah, I mean, he was getting a lot of these unopposed challenge off. His board's a lot bigger than mine, but I knew I'd be playing Wildfire in a turn or two, so wouldn't be that big an issue. So hopefully we're onto my challenges now. Or is he going to try and intrigue with Littlefinger? I must say there's actually a way I can speed up these Octagon games slightly for next time. Get a slightly faster rate. That'd be something to go. Oh, okay. Intrigue with Euron. I'm pretty sure. Okay, no. I thought I might have blocked with Euron Greyjoy at this point, but never mind. Getting both the scout ships to bulk up, so I win. I'm trying to protect my hand. I really like my hand at the moment. I mean, probably the only card that I really wouldn't mind losing would be the seal. Even the army is pretty good at this point. And so yeah, really go and attack the hand. It's quite in that weird situation where I can actually try and get card advantage with Greyjoy, which obviously is normally their biggest weakness. So if you're getting a card advantage and econ advantage from Euron, it's can be pretty brutal. If only he had stealth, he'd be absolutely ridiculous. I don't actually think that's. I'm only joking there, guys. So, yep. I let it go unopposed. Interesting. Didn't remember that. Okay. I think he's worried about. I assume he's worried about me tears of listing his. What's his name? His Benjen there. It's took my gold, but never mind. Or was that the claim? Oh no, so that was the claim. Oh, brilliant. I see you say, guys. I've played a lot of games since then. And yeah, I think I just ended there because I didn't really see. Wasn't going to win another challenge. Wasn't going to win anyway. Oh, so I obviously had to discard to get down to reserve, and yeah, this turn I choose to Wildfire. Yes, obviously, yeah, that was right, because I was worried about econ initially, but here we go. This is where I think the game turned, and he made a mistake. So he March is on. He marched on the turn of Wildfire, so remember correctly now, I choose to let Wildfire go off first, because he's got a lot more characters than I do, and then we march. And yes, he's going to get 2 power from Benjen, but Greyjoy with the card, with you know, obviously like the smaller board, and obviously thanks to the King's Road I just got, I win initiative, because I've also got less power. And yeah, I'm just there checking. I think I'm just there checking out Benjen. Oh yeah, he does, just to remind myself, or make sure I was correct. He does get the 2 power from it, but yeah, I'm going to be left once Balon's out, which obviously you should remember I've got the card advantage, I've got the character advantage, and I think this is where the game really swings in my favour. I've got a feeling I'm going to top deck the Great Kraken in a minute, so spoiler alert there. And then we march. I'm pretty sure he marches. I think just getting rid of the giving him back my sound. I'm just going to remind him. We're now into March. I've actually done this a few times since then with my Greyjoy deck. I seem to get Wildfire and March happen quite often together, and yeah, it's a good combo to get off, because if you're not losing too many characters from it, because you've got the better characters generally speaking. Because stealth, and obviously with Seastone Chair out now, that can restart to do some damage. So yeah, you want to see duped Balon, because I just top deck that. And so I think I might leave them some money for some put to the sword. And the other house guy, it was probably a mistake, unless now can't you see Seastone Chair? Probably a mistake there. I guess if we've put to the sword, it probably doesn't matter as much. So I guess that was my thinking there. So yeah, so we've now gone. I see his board's massively shrunk, giving me that big advantage. I've got an icon spread, and I can really now punish him here. Obviously, the fact that also he hasn't got any locations out yet to help with finances, so other than obviously the King's Road, which I've stolen and actually used as much as he has. So let's see what I do here now. I say, really do need to find a way of speeding up this, the video. A lot of dead time in this game, so I do apologise, guys. That's something I will try and work on as much as possible next time. So he gets so he gets, I think so he spent all his cash. So obviously I'm just going to put Balon out. Doesn't matter if he's got stealth or not. He is no one can stop him. And then obviously he's going to come put to the sword. So, do I choose? Yeah, go for Littlefinger, go for the economy, go for that intrigue icon. So get power and power for the unopposed, and then claim. I think he ends up having to take. I want to say he keeps Syrio, but I can't. Yeah, he does keep Syrio. So then. I think, yeah, so literally I'm just going to go challenge, unopposed, for intrigue, get back that King's Road for next turn. I think, was that the first? Oh no, yeah, I have been remembering his renowned. And then last time I'm just going to do a unopposed power, because I might as well at this point. There's very little reason not to. Took out Hand's Judgment, nice. And yeah, so just going to go for the just neating up. I like to keep things try and keep things neat and tidy here. So go for the unopposed power. I think you get 2 more power on there. So obviously I've jumped a lot there. So I've just gained 6 power in 1 turn. Yeah, and. That's the advantage of board resets. So I'm going to be messing around now with First Snow of Winter, which I think would have messed him up just about as much. But obviously they would have gone to hand, they wouldn't actually be dead. and he's going to do a miniature challenge. I'm just going to take the Maester. Why not, really? He's done his job, and he's nowhere near as valuable as the other two. I could have taken the dupe on Balon. I don't know why I didn't, actually. I might have been just making sure there's no funny business could have happened. And also for future, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Balon is far more important than the Maester. So, pretty sure I'm going to go for the classic, the finish now of the Clash of Kings. Go for that just power grab. Now, taking on the advice. Oh, I'm into trading, so I didn't get the money for all the extra money. Taking the advice here from Throne Runner. That over was it Rise of the Kraken? And he is right. Rise of the Kraken is a great win more card. And yeah, I think he's about to call it here, which is frustrating. So I've just got. Oh, I probably would have won this turn anyway. I think there's nothing much he could have done. Balon's out. Balon's about to get stealth, and yeah, he's the Reader's about to go out. So and I'm going to keep the Seastone chair free this time to kill whoever I need to kill, and yeah, he's conceding. So yeah, I mean. Yeah, Wildfire. I think he just put out too much early on, and I think I'm just going to say in chatting a little bit. Yeah, she also had the Great Kraken, and again, I only have 3 characters on the table, but Euron, Balon. I was going to win that challenge. I'd have got enough power. It would have. I'd say, oh yeah, I should have got enough challenge. I was on 11 already. A big power challenge with everyone. So with Balon, obviously they're going up to strength 9, reducing their strength. It would have basically been over. So thanks very much for watching. If you like what you've seen so far, please subscribe, and please keep an eye out for my future tournament reports.